Hey, Living Lifers, how's it going? Hey, so we have finally got Steady Lady back on the water, and she did really well. And of course, when you first take the boat out for the first time, you're going to run into some issues. So we did run into a few issues while we were on the water. I noticed that we were definitely taking on a lot more water than we normally take on, which means I probably have a pump that has failed, and it's allowing water to come in and the pump is releasing water into the bilge. Bilge pump does work. The automatic float does not work, so I'll have to change that out, because you definitely want to make sure you get anything that's going to remove water from the boat out, making sure that's operational. But manual bilge pump works great. We also have a backup bilge pump that works fine. That one is a hand pump, but I think I'm going to create like a bilge pump, that's like basically it's tied to, it has alligator clips on it. I can just clip it to the battery, drop it into the bilge, and put a line on it and let it pump it overboard. So we'll do that just as a backup to a backup. Never could be too safe on the water. Like I said, we did find some issues. Steady Lady had some water in the fuel. So that kicker motor that you see right there, it wants to run, but it's not running very well. So I did change out. It does have a water separator in this motor. This is a Pro motor. This is a nice motor, 15 horse EFI, electronic fuel injected motor. So I will take care of that. All the downriggers work great. So I'm going to get the boat pretty much cleaned up. It's been sitting out in the weather for a minute now. We took it out last Saturday, caught a beautiful king. We caught 2 kings at the bubble. So those of you who are familiar with the area, the bubbles is really the only place we can catch kings at this point. So Steady Lady, she's ready to go. There was another thing that I found that I want to get rid of. I have a separator that's in the boat. This kicker motor here, it says that you shouldn't use a boat separator and the separator that's in this motor. When I say separator, it separates water from the fuel. Let this car go by. So the boat's in great shape, ready to go. Also found another issue with my canvas, my top. As you can see there, I don't know if you can see that or not, my Lexan glass has a little tear in it, so I'm gonna have to change that out. It's time to get the top redone anyway, so I'm not crying too much about that. Let me see. The bearings are holding up pretty good. One of the seals I found has a little leak, but oil, nice fresh grease came out of it when I pumped it up, so that's a good thing. I tell you what, the key here is maintain your boat. Do your maintenance. This boat's been sitting up for the winter, and I just took it out on a shakeout cruise. Everything is running great, except, like I said, I got some water in the line for this guy, and we'll get that out of here soon. And boat's running great, electronics are running great, downriggers are running great. Leave and I went out and we caught a couple really nice kings. We caught about 6 kings. Most of them were undersized, but we did bring home a beautiful one that I'm going to show you how I filleted it. When you first catch fish for the year, especially nice kings, you could do a terrible job filleting. So what I'm going to show you is kind of like me getting back into it and how not to fillet. You heard me? I'm going to show you that here shortly. So don't judge me. I know I screwed this fish up. I didn't screw it up because I got all the meat off. I actually trimmed all the meat off the bone, but I want you guys to check it out. Thank you. All right, team, we back at it again. We took Steady Lady, our boat, out today. Fished for some of those King Salmon out the Tulalip bubble. We landed 1, we caught 6. Well, we had 6 on anyway. We landed 1 really nice one, about 28 inches. We lost a monster. Of course, it's a fish story. Since we didn't bring it in, we can call it a monster. But we definitely lost a monster. Wish we could have got it, but we didn't get it. But the one we did get is pretty nice. I'm gonna clean and fillet this guy up right now for us. So let me get my knives and everything ready to go. Got my beer, got my container for my fillets. I'm gonna do this thing, get it all cleaned up, and I'll come back with you here shortly. I'm in the shop again, and I'm gonna see if I can move a little closer to the camera. So I don't want you guys to miss anything with the fish. If I do that and I aim it down a little bit, hope you guys don't mind taking my beautiful face off, and we're gonna put it so that you can see the fish. Before we start filleting this fish, you need a good kill bag. This bag right here will hold probably 3 or 4 of the fish that I caught today. And it has a drain plug on one side. Oh, there it is right there. Drain plug on one side. Go to your boat shows, local boat shows, get these bags. Their kill bags are really nice. They're not like those cheap coho killer bags. These are really nice bags. Double stitch. This thing is, the ice is melted on the fish. No leaks at all. And this keeps the fish ice cold. It's the way to go. So this is the bag I typically use for catching salmon. I have a large bag for like tuna and halibut. These are really nice kill bags. On my boat, I have a big well on the boat. And so what I'll do is I'll bleed my fish in that well. If this sounds gruesome, I'm sorry. But you know, you want to keep you work so hard to catch these fish. You want to make sure you take a good job, take care of them. So the fish I got in here is 28 inches long. It's a nice fish, nice, hearty, healthy fish. I'm gonna pull it out of the kill bag and get it on the table here. And we're gonna start filleting this bad boy up. And that's what I'm talking about. You know you got a nice fish when it basically covers up your fillet table. And I want you to see, you know, this fish has some shoulders to it. You know, he's a nice fish. She's a nice fish. We'll see what it is here in a little bit. But I'm gonna use 2 knives. I'm gonna use one knife to gut it, and I'm gonna use another knife to fillet it. I wanna make sure the knives are big enough and sharp enough to go through it. So, the fillet knife I'm gonna use is it's a Kershaw, but you know, I'm not sponsored by them or anything, so. And then this one is just like a little Walmart special, and this is a good knife that I use to open the fish up. I also bleed the fish with it. You can see I got a little ambitious on the boat because I cut through right here on the fish. But so first thing I like to do is take a drink of my beer. Then I'm gonna take this fish here, and I like to open the fish up. It makes it easier for me to fillet. And what I'm doing now, you don't want to do, because the knife could slip and cut your hand. So do not do that. This knife needs to be sharpened. The blade needs to be sharpened, but yeah, you don't want to do it. I'm interested to see if this is a hen or a buck. And when I cut them open like this, the reason I'm doing it is so that I can get the knife all the way through the fish when I'm filleting it. So that's it. Oh, so let's open it up and see what we're working with here. Okay, go through the vent, take the liver, take all that stuff out of them. When I'm in the field, I typically do this in the field, but we got a little anxious on the boat today, so I didn't have a chance to do it. But typically, I'll go through and cut the bloodline out of the fish as well. Because like I said, you fish your butt off, and then you waste the fish because you don't process it properly. And we don't want to do that. And this is a male. Has no eggs. Has sperm sacs, but they're empty. Here we go. Get all that out. Put it in the bucket. And now I have this beautiful fish to fillet. Okay, get this rag out of the way. And I'm gonna take my sharp knife, my Kershaw, and I'm gonna run. I like to start with my fish the other way, like that. Some people like to take the collars, but I'm gonna go on the other side of that fin. And this knife is so sharp. I don't know if you saw how it just went through it like it was butter. Not parquet, butter. And then I'm just gonna follow the backbone. Turn that knife and just stay with the backbone. Like I said, this knife is very, very sharp. Yeah, these are gonna be some pretty nice fillets. So when I get down towards the vent, I'm gonna take the knife and just kind of go all the way through the fish, just staying on this one side. Okay, there we go. And then angle the blade down to the backbone. This knife is so sharp, like I said, if you're not careful, it wants to cut through the fish completely. Okay? And now I'm just following the backbone. Cut the ribs out. You'll probably hear it here in a minute. You'll probably hear it squeak a little bit. Oh, that is nice. So now, and a lot of people fillet differently, so don't get caught up in what other people do. What you want to do is do it the way you do it. I go through the bones, through the ribs, and that fillet is done pretty much. Here you go. Let me show you something here real quick. This is a beautiful fish. Look at that. Look at that fillet. Woo! Look at that fillet. That is beautiful. Beautiful fillet. Not much meat wasted. Look at that. And I can trim that off. This is actually really good for like locks. I will trim it off here in a minute. But yeah, this is beautiful fish. So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna cut it up into the sizes that we're gonna eat. And then at the end, I'll wash everything up. This knife is razor sharp. It may look like it took effort to get through the fish, but it really didn't. This is a very sharp knife. Okay, so I'm gonna cut. I love the stomach, so I'll leave the stomach on there for now. I think I'm gonna trim it up here in a little bit. So we'll cut the vent out. Okay, cut the vent out, and that hard piece of the stomach is gone too. There we go. Remember, this knife is sharp, sharp, sharp. I don't want to cut my mat underneath there, but I do want to trim off this vent. And then now I'm just going to trim this guy down so that I have the tail separated from the rib part. So what we will do is we'll just cut this guy down. All right, nice fish. And like I said, the fish is ice cold, so we're not really losing much. And here we go, tail fillet, just the tail section. Okay, and then the chest cavity, the upper part. And then this fish also has pin bones, so if you want to do the pin bones, you can do that as well. I don't really do all the pin bones anymore. I just cook the fish, and when the fish starts to retract, then I pull the pin bones out. Yeah, there's an art to doing this stuff, but okay, that's good. Ribs are out, and this is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful fillet. Look at that. That is beautiful. Beautiful. All right, put that in here. Now I'm gonna go to the other side. And those of you that fillet fish, one side is easier for you because you're right-handed, and the other side is not so easy. But as you can see right here, this thing has a little bit of meat. And then what I like to do with this little pieces of meat is I will, like I say, locks, salmon and locks. Oh, man, you don't even know. And I'm gonna go ahead and make my cut again. Okay. Then I'm gonna turn my knife, and I'm gonna follow that backbone. And then we go through the fin. And that's right there. That's nice. We would get, this is the first King Salmon I filleted for the season. And some of my brothers out there who fish with me and know me, they're saying, what the heck is Sam doing butchering that fish? And I'm with you guys. I don't lie to you. This fish is not. Okay. Butchered this fish. I'm not happy at all about that. So there we go. I left the stomach on, everything. Not happy about that one, but we'll get it. We will get it, guys. So what I'm gonna do now is, remember I was saying about, see that's a little meat right there, it's gotta come off. I am not letting that stay on there. Nice meat. Okay. Bagels and lox, baby. Bagels and lox. Tail goes right there. I can feel the pin bones. There's no ribs in this one, which is good. Find the last pin bone. Cut the tail off. Okay, nice. Nice, 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 nice. Okay, tail done. Chest cavity done. Now I'm gonna clean up. I'm gonna take this to the house and rinse it off. And then we are going to vacuum pack everything. And then get ready to go out tomorrow. Let's go get some more. Let's go get it, get it. So I'm gonna take this carcass to go put in my garden. So those of you wondering what I'm gonna do with it, that's what I'm gonna do. Throw it in my garden. And I'm gonna have to till it in, not till it, but put it underground just a little bit because we may have some raccoons tonight that come and wanna eat it. So let's get it, get it. Hey, Living Lifers, thank you for participating with Leva and I. Leva and I caught this fish together. She likes to catch fish as well. I like that. That's a good woman. So, till next fish, see you later.